My name is Alexis, and I chose Daniel Crona's lab. One publication that I chose from him was Mechanisms in Prostate Cancer Therapy Resistance. So, introduction. 1 out of every 7 men are eventually diagnosed with prostate cancer in the United States during their lifetime. Prostate cancer itself is a very deadly and prevalent disease, but despite this, treating it has become easier and more effective with time. This is partly thanks to early detection and improved treatment options, but despite these innovations, prostate cancer is still a leading killer in men. Prostate cancer has a high rate of recurrence after treatment when applied. Metastasis is extremely common in occurrence for prostate cancer and only makes it harder for men to recover completely from the disease. One method to combat metastasis is called androgen deprivation therapy, which has also become the most standard form of treatment in this case, but unfortunately a resistant form of prostate cancer called castration-resistant prostate cancer is a form of cancer that resists ADT. CRPC is a condition that seems to not be androgen independent even though it causes androgen depletion. 2 new agents, abiraterone and enzalutamide, have been found to alter the androgen receptor axis signaling. How will these 2 new agents influence prostate cancer? What are the mechanisms of resistance to the agents, abiraterone and enzalutamide, in the treatment of metastatic CRPC? My hypothesis for this article is if the activation of alternative signaling pathways is used as a treatment, then it will contribute to the treatment resistance in metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer, mCRPC. So for methods. The 2 components, abiraterone and enzalutamide, are quite effective at treating mCRPC, but approximately 20 to 40% of patients already present a primary resistance to these agents. It has also been observed that patients who are not resistant to those agents will eventually develop a secondary resistance to drugs made from these agents. Primary and secondary resistance to abiraterone and enzalutamide have been tested in this lab, and they tested AR amplification and overexpression. AR amplification leading to AR overexpression enables progression to CRPC even in the setting of low circulating androgens due to ADD treatment. They also discovered that AR amplification, despite enabling CRPC progression, is an effective resistance mechanism. In 5 to 30% of CRPC tumors, AR mutations have been found. These AR mutations grant resistance to enzalutamide and abiraterone. Though it is still unsure whether all mutations cause resistance, the majority of somatic point mutations in the AR are in the LBD. On top of resistance to these agents, AR splice variants have been observed. Some AR variants are conditionally active, while others are constitutively active. These constitutively active variants are clinically relevant in producing secondary resistance in mCRPC patients treated with the agents enzalutamide and abiraterone. Now, this is figure 1, which shows AR somatic missense mutations. The 4 mutations in this figure all occur in the AR-LBD exons 5 to 8. This is my second figure. Figure 2, clinically relevant splice variants, ARV7 and ARV567ES splice variants. Now, to interpret these figures, figure 1 reveals that the most frequently reported AR mutation is T878A. This mutation is a gain-of-function mutation which is activated by steroid hormones such as progesterone and other hormones, first-generation anti-androgens like bicoltamide or flutamide. When one is treated with abiraterone, it most commonly occurs because the CYP17A1 is inhibited and intracellular progesterone levels increase. The DHEA and testosterone levels are effectively suppressed. This causes AR activation to be limited, but T878A's mutation broadens ligand binding specifically of the AR, which allows it to be activated by progesterone, glucocorticoids, and estrogen. T878A mutations create malignant clones to break through abiraterone inhibition. Figure 2 depicts the AR variants' relation to enzalutamide and abiraterone resistance. The expression of ARV7 and ARV567ES are capable of being inducted by abiraterone. And essentially, ARV7 and ARV567ES are likely active variants in mCRPC and are associated with resistance to enzalutamide and abiraterone. It is revealed that having these expressions is associated with poor survival in patients. Now, the importance of technique in this lab. So Daniel Crona uses genomic and transcriptomic analysis, which is an important method. High-throughput sequencing technologies such as RNA sequencing are often used to analyze the genomic and transcriptomic profiles of prostate cancer cells. This can help identify genetic mutations, alterations in gene expression, and the presence of splice variants. Daniel Crona's lab can utilize this type of analysis in discovering disease pathways and the design of precise and effective drugs. And this method directly relates to the analysis of splice variants that we looked at for Figure 2. Conclusion. The reactivation of the AR sequencing axis will cause most patients diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer to progress to mCRPC if they were initially treated with ADT. There are novel agents that target the AR signaling axis, but there are uncountable adaptive resistance mechanisms that prevent people from becoming completely cured. But despite this, scientists have gathered a greater understanding of AR-dependent and AR-independent mechanisms. We understand that AR splice variants can cause resistance to enzalutamide and abiraterone. Despite all of this, they are still the most effective agents in prostate cancer therapy. Future ideas. In the end, metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer persists as a condition without a cure, and ongoing research reveals new treatment resistance mechanisms. These mechanisms involve intricate dysregulation of molecular signaling pathways, contributing to the advancement of severity of the disease. The primary aim of this review article is to explore the root causes behind clinically significant drug resistance in mCRPC and to discuss the potential treatment strategies intended to surmount this resistance.